Good morning, everyone. I hope you're fine. I'm going to read from Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 15. Remember that you were slaves in Egypt, and that the Lord your God brought you out of there with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. Therefore, the Lord your God has commanded you to observe the Sabbath day. I've been thinking about work recently, and I've been reading a book called Every Good Endeavour by Timothy Keller. And in one of the chapters, he talks about rest and about the Sabbath, particularly about the time when the Lord commanded the Israelites to observe the Sabbath when they'd just come out of Egypt. And we all associate the Sabbath with rest, but there are a couple of other things that were brought out of this, which I think are relevant for the time that we're in now. The first thing is that they were instructed to observe the Sabbath as a way of declaring their freedom, to remember what they were brought out of. And then secondly, it was almost like an act of trust to know that God is their main provider. They would have had to work on the fields and sustain themselves every day. And to have a day off when they weren't doing that would have been something that would have had an impact to them. They would have had to rely on God for that day and know that God is the source of their provision. So I know this time is different for different people. Personally, I felt it's a time when I've had to sit down and reflect a lot and think about the things that I do. And it's almost been like a Sabbath to consider the things that I've almost been, in a way, enslaved to. You know, it's been good to be out of that running wheel of going to here, going to there, and all these expectations that you have on yourself every day and every week. And it's good to be just reminded that God has brought us out of that we don't need to be enslaved to these things. And then secondly, it's really just a reminder that God is in charge, that in this time when there might be financial worries, what's going to happen when things start to reopen, you know, how are things going to be? And I think it's just a reminder that God is in charge, and he's reminded me in lots of ways. So my prayer to you, in whatever this time is for you, that you would know that God has given you that freedom and that he can be trusted. He's a good God. God bless you.